Recording in progress.
Hey, welcome to this build. I'm Jennifer Roberts. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging in, and I appreciate you listening. Leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about this build and where you stand on it in your own life if you feel comfortable to share. So I want to speak about the fact that through this lifetime, and I feel many other existences, I can attract the attentions of what some would call demonic beings. And a lot of the time it is others that I walk in the path of send their inner demons to me. They project, they try and recruit their inner demons to attack me and what I stand for. I'm pretty unmovable, even if I get shaken, my roots stay pretty unmovable in this lifetime. I think I've had a lot of practice, let's put it that way. And that has led to me recognizing the fact that I joke and say, be careful about sending your demons to me. Be careful about sending them on a mission towards me, because more often than not, those demons will ask if they can work for me. I have a way of soothing, I have a way of healing about me, and that is one reason that people send out those inner demons of themselves in the first place, because, you know, they are craving that love, that divine femininity, that nurturing, that inner standing, that wisdom. The thing is about it is that there are a lot of demonic beings, let's say, that have come to me over the years in this lifetime, and like I say, other existences. And I will not enter into, as much as humanly possible in this realm, into death. But more so than this realm, it's the afterwards, when this body decides to rest, and the existence that comes thereafter. I refuse to buy into what I feel is a huge matrix around this realm, and came with the hijack of organized religions, monetary systems as we see them today, based on death, based on indenturing souls to itself, claiming generational wealth away from so many generation after generation after generations of peoples. And this debt would be, for me to enter into that, would be for me to say, yeah, actually, I'm going to send you right back to sender with an agenda to hurt, harm them, to make them my slave. In doing that, it's not just entering into the debt that we see and the suffering that we see because of that debt in this realm. It travels on thereafter. It is part of those doors that go round and round and round, recycling souls in a very unconscious way, a very sleepy way back into this realm, easier to control, easier to manipulate, easier to garner into more debt, garner them with more debt, creating generational debt. The implications of us doing what would feel good, doing what would feel satisfying at the time when peoples like that send their inner demons, or entities that are attached to them and attracted to their inner demons, to you, your way, with an agenda to take you down, to hurt, to harm, to spy, all of those things. If we are the masters within this realm, if we are to be the sages, the divine feminine goddess-like energies in this realm, if we are to be that, then sometimes we have to have much power and keep it in the itty-bitty, tiny little genie bottle, and not do what would feel good at the time, and unleash it in a way that isn't applied with wisdom, that isn't applied with the intent of the bigger picture, of the truth of standing for what you really stand for, fighting and wanting to change what you say you really want to fight and change, becomes so deep when you start searching those feelings that you have, those impulses that you have to show your power, to show your prowess in the spiritual and physical field, in the mental field. There's a time and a place for it, and there's a way of an application of it that should be more like a salve, that should be more like a balm, rather than an arrow, rather than a sword. There's a time and a place of when to retreat from that and actually, like the mother, refuse to enter into discussion with children, the inner children of these people that may send those demons your way. So it's just a build to cover that today, because we are in major debt. All we are hearing about is debt, energetic debt, energy debt, frequency debt, communication debt, political debt, pharmaceutical debt, spiritual debt. Do everything you can with everything that approaches you today and all other days to not enter into compacts of debt-based systems, even if that means feeling good towards a perceived enemy or a perceived foe, even if it would feel really kind of orgasmic at times, to unleash that ability to speak to the inner demons and entities that are attached to a lot of these souls. Try everything that you can to think of the bigger picture and what kind of compact you are actually entering into to do so. It would mean you tying yourself up, chaining yourself in karmic, spiritual, physical, and after physical, into probably another physical, or maybe not, but death. This is, I think, in particular about being able to have more access to which frequencies and where you are able to go, where you're able to magnetize yourself after this physical life. In that, if you insist on being tricked into a death-based system in energy, frequency, monetary, physical, whatever vibe it is, if you insist on being tricked into doing that, then you have dirty feet. You are chained to something that isn't even your own. You are chained to something, and you will not be allowed to enter into certain halls with dirty feet. There are halls that you can go to and visit in this physical life as you are right now, but the afterlife, there are certain halls that have progressed from this state, progressed from this mentality of a death-based system, and you will not be able to enter into those halls with those dirty feet. Spiritual cleanliness goes so deep, and after we've been in a dirty place, we do have to take time out, which all of you know I've had to be doing, as well as working on different things, going in different directions, because I stayed in a place for too long and got dirty feet. And that has been a long process of cleansing self, of releasing self from any of those chains and barnacles and all of the other things that attach to you in those places. Parasites. I'm doing parasite cleanse with the teas that I make. All of those things I've tried to get it on every level, to detach and cleanse on every level, with every fractal of my being, to once again gain the clean feet that I know I have, that are always mine, they're always there under whatever dirt I pick up. But I never want that dirt to stick to my feet for so long that I forget. I forget which frequencies I am able to enter into. which frequencies I am welcome in. And that isn't just after death, that is, we gain those dirty feet and we should clean our feet throughout all dimensions that we exist in, throughout all existences and fractals of self. We don't want them to get so dirty that we forget what was under them, what the soul source energy felt like, what it felt to be so attached to our soul, which is a key to these halls, these frequencies, these halls built upon these frequencies. So, a bit of a deep dive if you're able to hear what I'm saying. Much love, much balance, and of course, wholeness, 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 wholeness for all that listen. Much love.